Imagine waking up tomorrow with only the things you thanked God for today. Let that sink in. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a force. It shapes your mindset, molds your future, and multiplies what you have. If you want to understand how the simple act of appreciation can unlock wealth, happiness, and deeper purpose, stay with me until the end, because today we're borrowing wisdom from Jim Rohn, one of the greatest business philosophers. And his lesson is clear: what you appreciate appreciates. Let's uncover how gratitude can elevate your life, your finances, and your destiny. 1. The power of daily gratitude. True gratitude is far more than a momentary feeling or a polite response. It is a deliberate daily discipline that shapes the direction of your life. Jim Rohn often emphasized that all meaningful change starts within, long before the results appear on the outside. Practicing gratitude each morning is like tuning an instrument before a performance. It sets you in harmony with the day ahead. When you begin by listing what you're thankful for, your health, your opportunities, your relationships, your ability to grow, even the challenges that stretch and refine you, you anchor your mind in a state of strength rather than scarcity. Challenges, when seen through the lens of gratitude, become teachers rather than obstacles. They reveal your resilience, your potential, and your capacity to rise above difficulty. Gratitude does not deny hardship. Instead, it transforms your relationship with it. Every morning, take a moment to say, "I am blessed," and allow yourself to feel the truth of those words. That simple declaration influences your decisions, your attitude, and your ability to respond to whatever comes your way. A grateful mind is more creative because it is not clouded by fear. It is more resourceful because it sees possibilities where others see limitations. Gratitude strengthens emotional balance by pulling your attention away from what is missing and guiding it toward what is meaningful, valuable, and already present in your life. This daily practice creates inner stability, a foundation that remains steady even when circumstances change. As Jim Rohn taught, success is something you attract by the person you become, and gratitude is one of the qualities that makes you magnetic. When you treat gratitude as a discipline rather than a mood, you step into a higher level of awareness. You begin noticing opportunities that were invisible before. You see the good in people more easily and become more patient with yourself. You gain clarity about what matters, and over time, your life transforms because you are no longer moving through your days unconsciously. Instead, you are intentionally acknowledging the blessings that surround you. Gratitude is not merely a practice. It is a lifestyle, one that invites confidence, peace, and purpose into every moment of your day. When you start each day saying, "I am blessed," you naturally live each day proving it because your mindset aligns your actions with your values. 2. Gratitude in business and money. In the world of business and finance, gratitude is not simply a pleasant virtue. It is a powerful strategy that shapes success, longevity, and prosperity. Money and opportunity tend to flow toward those who value what they already have. When you appreciate your clients, they stay loyal because they feel seen and respected. When you appreciate your current opportunities, you handle them with excellence, which makes you a magnet for even greater ones. Gratitude fuels professionalism, strengthens relationships, and builds trust, all essential ingredients in sustainable success. Instead of operating from a mindset of need, worry, or impatience, gratitude shifts you into a mindset of stewardship and growth. Jim Rohn taught that wealth responds to the person who is prepared to receive it. Gratitude is part of that preparation. When you say, "I'm grateful to earn, learn, and grow financially," you are acknowledging that your journey is ongoing and that every experience adds value, even the challenging ones. Financial setbacks become lessons instead of failures. Slow seasons become opportunities to refine your skills or build stronger systems. Success becomes something you nurture, not something you chase. This perspective creates emotional balance, which in turn leads to better decisions and clearer thinking. People who are grateful handle money with purpose because they see every dollar as a seed rather than a burden. In business, gratitude also influences how you treat others. Whether it's a small purchase or a major contract, a simple thank you can strengthen a relationship and distinguish you from competitors. Gratitude makes you more generous with your time, your attention, and your expertise. It encourages integrity because you recognize the value of what you have been trusted with. When you treat every transaction, every connection, and every opportunity like a gift, you open the door to new partnerships, better clients, and unexpected breakthroughs. Gratitude elevates your presence in the marketplace. It signals that you are ready, not just for more money, but for more responsibility, more impact, and more growth. 3. How appreciation attracts abundance. The principle of increase, often called the law of increase, states that whatever you appreciate grows. This is not mystical thinking. It is a reflection of how human attention and energy work. When you focus on what is good, meaningful, or abundant in your life, your actions naturally reinforce and expand those areas. Energy follows attention. If your attention is fixed on what is lacking, you unintentionally reinforce feelings of scarcity, which influence your decisions, your emotions, and your results. Complaints multiply because they shape a mindset that interprets everything through disappointment. But appreciation does the opposite. It opens your eyes to blessings you may have overlooked and creates space for new ones to enter. When you appreciate even the small blessings, a meal, a conversation, a chance to learn, a moment of peace, you become more aware of how supported you already are. This awareness shifts your emotional state toward confidence and optimism. From that state, you take bolder and wiser actions because you are no longer weighed down by fear or self-doubt. Gratitude becomes a force that expands your capacity to see opportunities, take risks, and step into growth. It transforms scarcity into abundance because it teaches you to recognize the wealth that is already within and around you. Abundance is not something you wait for. It is something you cultivate. Appreciation also communicates readiness. When you say through your thoughts and actions, "I value what I have," you send a signal to yourself, to others, and to the world that you are capable of handling more. This is why gratitude is often described as the gateway to abundance. The more you notice the good, the more good you invite. What you focus on expands. When you live with appreciation, you not only attract more blessings, but you become the kind of person who can sustain them, enjoy them, and share them generously. 4. Staying humble through success. Humility is one of the rarest companions of success, yet it is also the most essential. When gratitude becomes the foundation of your achievements, it protects your character from the distortions that victory can bring. Success has a subtle way of reshaping a person's identity. It amplifies strengths, reveals weaknesses, and tempts the ego to rewrite history in its favor. People begin to forget the countless steps that led them to where they stand, the mentors who guided them, the sacrifices that shaped them, the failures that refined them, and even the moments of luck that opened unexpected doors. Gratitude acts as a safeguard against this amnesia. It reminds you that although effort and discipline matter, no one succeeds alone. Every advance in life is connected to a network of influences: parents who taught values, friends who offered encouragement, teachers who shared knowledge, strangers who showed kindness at the right moment. When you remain grateful, you remain grounded in this truth, and that grounding keeps the ego from inflating beyond reality. Humility does not diminish your accomplishments. It enhances them by keeping your perspective honest. It gives you the clarity to celebrate without arrogance, to acknowledge your strengths without pretending they make you superior, and to enjoy success without becoming enslaved to it. Jim Rohn famously said that wealth should make you grateful, not arrogant, and embedded in that wisdom is a powerful principle. Prosperity is meant to elevate your appreciation for life, not your sense of entitlement. When you stay humble, you protect yourself from the illusion that success is permanent or guaranteed. You remain teachable, adaptable, and connected to the truth that growth is a lifelong journey. Humility sharpens your focus, strengthens your relationships, and keeps you from becoming blinded by your own accomplishments. It encourages you to continue learning, continue improving, and continue appreciating the small beginnings that made the larger victories possible. A humble person remembers the long nights, the early mornings, the moments of doubt, and the resilience it took to keep going. They understand that success is not a final destination, but a chapter in a much larger story, a story still being written. Real success, therefore, is not loud or boastful. It is marked by silent confidence, grounded character, and a thankful heart that recognizes the blessings behind every achievement. Gratitude ensures that no matter how high you rise, you remain anchored to the principles that started your journey: effort, discipline, respect, kindness, and humility. In this way, gratitude is not only a virtue but a shield, a protector that keeps pride from corrupting the progress you worked so hard to achieve. When humility stays with you, success becomes not just something you attain, but something you honor. 5. Turning gratitude into generosity. Gratitude, when deeply understood, naturally transforms into generosity, for appreciation that does not overflow remains incomplete. When you are genuinely grateful for life, for opportunities, for the kindness of others, and for the blessings you have received, whether big or small, you begin to recognize that these gifts were never meant to be hoarded. They were meant to be shared, extended, and multiplied. The highest form of gratitude is not spoken. It is demonstrated through the act of giving. Giving is a form of acknowledgement, a way of saying, I have enough, and because I have enough, I can afford to help someone else. This does not refer solely to money. Generosity has many currencies. You can give time, attention, empathy, wisdom, encouragement, mentorship, or simply kindness in moments when it is needed most. When gratitude is alive within you, giving becomes effortless, not a duty, but a natural expression of abundance. You no longer fear scarcity because gratitude shifts your mindset from limitation to possibility. You begin to see that what you give away does not diminish you. Instead, it expands your capacity for compassion, connection, and inner fulfillment. The more you give, the more you grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, because giving stretches the heart and strengthens the soul. It teaches you to look beyond yourself and recognize that your life is intertwined with the lives of others. Generosity becomes a quiet affirmation that you trust the flow of life, that you understand the cyclical nature of blessings, and that you believe in contributing more than you consume. Gratitude fills your inner cup, but generosity is what allows that cup to overflow into the world. When you give, you breathe meaning into your gratitude. You turn appreciation into action, internal blessings into external impact, and personal growth into communal benefit. People often believe that generosity belongs to the wealthy, but true generosity belongs to the grateful. Even those with little can give something of immense value. A kind word can uplift a spirit. A listening ear can save a life. A moment of compassion can ignite hope in someone who feels forgotten. Generosity is a universal language of humanity, accessible to all and understood by all. By choosing to give, you create ripples that extend far beyond what you can see. You strengthen relationships, inspire others to contribute, and cultivate a world where kindness becomes contagious. Gratitude transforms you. Generosity transforms the world around you. Together, they form a cycle of abundance. The more grateful you are, the more you give. The more you give, the more reasons you find to be grateful. This is the true power of thankfulness, not only to elevate your life, but to elevate the lives of others through the quiet, steady, intentional grace of giving. Jim Rohn said it best: "Be thankful for what you have while you pursue what you want." Gratitude isn't settling, it's strengthening. Appreciate the journey, honor the blessings, expect the increase, and watch life rise to meet you.